everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. I'm Vong.
And I'm Anne. So happy to see you all again this week. You know, Vong, have you noticed how overloaded Da Nang is with foreigners lately? You walk into any coffee shop in the An Phượng area and you would swear you were, not in Vietnam.
Exactly. As someone who sees the city's tourism and cultural flow every day, I always wonder why so many people stay here for a year or more and still feel out of place. It's like they just on a long-term vacation rather than actually living here.
That is exactly what we call the comfort trap. As a person who works within the expat community and understands their psychology, I know Da Nang is so convenient and the food is so good that they just stay inside their little bubble.
That's why we named our show The Deep Dive. Today, we are not just talking about the surface, we are diving deep into the barriers that keep our expats friends feeling isolated even while living in a paradise.
Yeah. To begin with, I've got some shocking data from a recent study on Southerners here in Da Nang. Vâng, take a guess. What do they struggle with the most?
I bet it's the language. Vietnamese tones are difficult to learn.
That's only part of it. The research shows the real struggle is the cognitive strategy. This means that they find it nearly impossible to understand how Vietnamese people think or perceive the world. The score was only 3.54 out of 5, meaning they really struggle to grasp why we act the way we do.
And there's a huge gap in terms of support. Experts feel great about having someone to listen to their worries, but when it comes to laws, paperwork, or a real crisis, they feel totally stuck.
Exactly. It's easy to find a drinking buddy, but when you need to handle a serious problem, it becomes a nightmare.
Speaking of crisis, the study mentions some interesting cases of culture shock. For example, the struggle with indirect communication, what we call reading between the lines.
Oh, that's a huge one. The research shows a high difficulty score in understanding local humor and worldviews. I've seen expats get really frustrated because they take a local's yes literally, when it's actually meant maybe or just a polite I hear you. In some cultures, being direct is respect, but here, saving face is the priority.
Exactly. It's like the workplace napping mentioned in our findings. Newcomers find it shocking when the whole office goes dark at noon. To them, it looks like unproductive behavior, but to us, it's a necessary biological reset. These missing social sides make them feel like a fish out of water, as Oprah described.
Right. Then there's the very personal questions like how much do you make or have you married yet?
To us, it's just caring, but to them, it's intrusiveness. These tiny tone, the language, the accents, and the humor are the ones keeping them inside the expat bubble.
So, how do we actually help them? The research suggests moving from separation toward integration. But Vang, that's easier said than done. How do you integrate when you feel like a total outsider?
You're right. The first survival tip is to bridge the support gap. The data shows experts have plenty of people to express to, but there are no people to help with instrumental support like laws, taxes, or paperwork.
So, the first solution is start looking for local guides. Instead of just hanging out at expert bars, join local community groups or find a Vietnamese guide, someone who can explain why the landlord asks for certain documents or how to handle a traffic fine.
Exactly. And the second solution is to target deep culture. Currently, most experts are stuck at functional adaptation. They know the food and the streets. You need to decode the hidden rules.
And finally, for the city's part, we need more local guides platforms. We need resources that act as a bridge, explaining bureaucracy, local humor, and nuances in a way that makes sense to a different culture mind.
Once you stop resisting the organized chaos and start learning its logic, you will stop feeling like a guest and start feeling like a local.
To wrap it up, for Da Nang to truly feel like home, our expat friends need to step out of that comfort trap.
Don't just be a guest, be a part of the city. Understanding the local worldviews is the key.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. We hope these deep insights help you understand the international friends around you better.
Goodbye and see you next time.